1, 2, 3. Hi everybody, I'm Masnor.
And I'm Sabrina.
Welcome back to Smashing Stereotypes. So for today's guest, kita ada
Aiman Ariffin.
Hi.
Aiman, so as usual, macam I cakap, first kali our first session kita akan ice breaking.
Alright.
So can you kindly introduce yourself to
Alright.
everybody? Macam kita dah tahu Aiman siapa.
Hey everybody, my name is Aiman. I'm 24 years old, originally from KL, and I like trains. Yeah.
Trains?
Trains,
Like
yeah.
choo-choo.
I love trains. I'm a big public transport enthusiast.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, it's quite rare,
Is
right?
that your hobby?
Yeah, honestly, sometimes I go online and there's this forum specifically about trains in KL. Yeah, it's a very niche community.
Have you been to Japan?
I know, but I would love to.
Because of the train?
Yeah,
like,
the Shinkansen, the bullet
I'm
train.
so amazed because this is my first time dengar orang
Cakap, I like
obsessed
train.
with trains.
What
Nah,
do you
it's a
mean? I feel
big
like boys are always
thing.
obsessed with trains.
Trains are cool.
Trains, superheroes, what
It
else?
reminds me of Thomas and his
Jets.
friend. Do you like Thomas and his
They're-
friend?
He's so scary though.
Maybe, as a child.
He's so scary, sorry. Sorry, not so
So
sorry.
you belajar apa? What do you study?
Oh,
Are you still
What
studying? Are you
Oh.
graduate?
I just graduated last year,
Congratulations.
actually in November. I did.
If you've seen his video.
which
I-
got me cancelled by the way. That was fun. Apa ni? I graduated from UIA, so I studied urban and regional planning. Are you guys familiar with that?
URE.
URP, urban
URP.
regional planning.
Nah.
Yeah. So basically, we plan cities and try to improve our urban environment in terms of the economy, in terms of the environment, in terms of even its social cohesion. That's everything that we do on on a larger context.
And what are you doing now?
So I just resigned a few months ago. Actually, I was working as an officer to the Minister of Housing, but my dad is sort of unwell now. He's getting old, so he asked me to sort of take over the family business slowly. So
What's
Why
the
you?
family
Why?
business?
Yeah, well, okay.
Okay.
You first.
What's the family business?
So basically, we are a diverse company and we have around 10 subsidiaries. But our core business is property development, urban planning and consulting, petroleum retail, and manufacturing. So yeah.
I love how what you study and you're actually applying it, even though
No,
you
but
work
not
with
really
the.
though.
Oh, not really though.
Yeah, because what I'm doing is sort of a general thing. So macam I think I do sort of apply it, but not to the extent that I had to study 4
Wait,
years
is it a
for
family business or you je kebetulan
Oh, it's
taking
a
that subject?
family
Oh,
business,
so your
yeah.
siblings are also
My
included.
siblings are all pursuing their own dreams. So macam
Which-
I don't get that choice because I had to sacrifice my dream job, which was to sort of work with the government for the people. But I think in a way this is also another dream. So I'm sacrificing one dream to pursue another. And I think I've been asking everybody around, did I make the right decision? Because every morning, right, I wake up and I ask myself, did I make the right decision? But then somebody told me something that really resonated with me.
Okay, what is
Any
it?
choice you make for your family is never a bad decision.
That's
So, yeah.
beautiful.
That's
I'm
beautiful.
That
I'm
is
happy with my
beautiful.
decision now.
Tapi
Yeah.
macam buatkan I nak tanya you is that out of all courses, who ataupun what yang buatkan you pilih your course, because I think that is so specific.
Yeah,
it
urban
is.
planning, right?
Was that a choice?
I think as a child, because my dad was an urban planner as well, so I think I grew up being around, being exposed to that world. So macam as I grew up, normal kids my age dulu, when we were 12, 11, they would macam wake up, watch cartoons. I would go online, and then there's this forum. It's called Forum Pencakar Langit Malaysia, and then it's all about development and projects of Malaysia. So I would watch.
Orang bangun tengok
macam-
SpongeBob, dia bangun tengok forum.
I watch SpongeBob too while tengok bangunan, tengok construction. Yeah. So macam it's literally a community that shares construction pictures, and they do it on a weekly basis. And then I'll see, oh bangunan ni dah
How
sampai
old were
sana."
you?
Probably 12 or something. It's really
Boy.
weird. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I have autism because of that. Tapi
No,
macam-
because my nephew Firas,
Uh-huh.
dia pun selalu tengok engine. He would literally watch engine berpusing, and I macam, my dad also, dia tengok on
it's
his
a
phone. I was like,
very
Daddy, what are you
specific-
watching?
I tak tahu is it a boy thing?
It's a boy thing.
Oh,
yeah,
it's a
maybe it's a
boy
boy
I
thing.
think it's a boy
we
thing.
like very specific
But
stuff.
why urban URP, why not like engineering?
Or because urban planning allows me to become an engineer, it allows me to become an architect, it allows me to become a politician.
I see.
Because urban planning is
politician
planning.
as well.
Yeah, urban planning is planning for the people.
I see.
So it's like it allows me the ability or basically the knowledge to help plan our cities and our urban environment that in a way that benefits everyone, not just people, but also like living things like
as well. I was going to ask that. What about the environment? Jay, what about the environment?
Because I feel like Malaysian urban planning, I think we all know, everyone has been like complaining about it. So I think like instead of just complaining about it, I would like to
do something.
Do something about it. So my thesis, I wrote a 400-page thesis about traffic congestion in KL. So
what apa you rasa the solution to these issues?
Okay, so the solution is definitely public transportation, increased density. And when people hear density, they think that it's a sinful word. It's like a big sin for us to increase density, because whenever people see density, it's a negative thing. Tapi density done right, then it is proper urbanism. Contohnya macam the way that Singapore is built. Singapore, Amsterdam, they're much more dense than us. Because Singapore is an island. It's such a tiny island. Yeah, exactly. But they have 4 million people living on a tiny island. But they managed to overcome the problem of congestion through proper housing, through mixed density, mixed development.
Tapi they also do laws on cars, right?
Yeah, betul. So there's this saying there's a belief in urban planning and urbanism where we believe that cars are like cancer cells to a city. Because it slowly destroys the essence of a city.
Tapi macam what's your thought on the law itself? Because I feel like if you spending money on the car, but at the end of the day you do not have the ownership to the car, so macam I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
tapi
think
we as in the urban planning community believes that a truly developed nation is not where a poor person can afford a car, but it's when the rich uses public transportation as well. Because a proper city should not necessitate you to have a car in the first place.
Say that again. It's not
poor
people
the
affording,
poor rich people,
and then the rich people should be able to.
Okay, so a truly developed nation and a developed city is not where a poor person can afford a car, but it is when rich people use public transportation.
That is so
That's
wise,
beautiful.
Aiman.
Yeah.
Because like, my uncle, right, dia dah pension and all, that didn't naik public transport, and I had this mindset yang macam, probably I'm a victim as well. I'm macam, why you naik public transport? You're like old, you should naik Grab at least. Like, why public transport? But then recently I balik Perak. No, not Perak. I balik mana? Perlis. I naik train.
You were like Perak.
Perlis. I'm like, not bad, Malaysia.
Yeah,
like,
trains are cool, right?
Trains are really cool.
Yeah.
That's why I understand now. Dia
you get
kecil
it now,
tu.
right?
Macam were you groomed to like it?
Probably. I don't know. Tapi
In a
macam
way,
I
in a
grew
way.
up. Yeah, macam kat TV kan, there's this channel, it's called we all know it's History and National Geographic. So macam on National Geographic, there's this show, it's a documentary series. It's called Mega Structures. So it's like they built mega structures.
What
They
does
built
that
like
even mean?
macam.
Wait, no, I've seen
You've seen it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
This
Yeah.
is too big for me. What is it?
Okay, so mega structures are basically big infrastructure projects. They do like macam contoh dekat Malaysia we have Smart Tunnel, KLCC, MRT.
Okay.
These are all mega projects, which cost billions to build and requires like a lot of coordination and planning.
Like if they build bridges, they can show macam you need to empty out the pillars from
And it's so fun.
Never seen that one.
I know because my dad is obsessed with those kind of shows, and I would just watch with him. Like, Daddy,
Wait, I was trying to
America's
tengok
Next Top
cerita
Model
ni.
after this.
Dunia Hayalan. Do you know that show?
No, girl.
Do you know that show?
What's that?
Oh my god, really like totally different world.
In complete different world.
Completely different world.
It's just like an Indonesian show yang macam ada.
Oh, macam bawang putih, bawang merah.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, I get
tengok
that.
after Kafa.
Ah.
Pukul 5 balik sekolah tengok cerita tu.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so what do you think? Macam, do you think government is doing a great job in urban planning?
I feel like they are doing their best, but it is never enough. As a person who was working for the government for a while, I could tell that they definitely do have the right intentions. It's just it requires a lot of political will to make changes happen. Sebab contohnya macam a lot of political decisions, they need to be very unpopular for it to work. Contohnya petrol subsidies are actually a major reason why people use cars, and when people use more cars, then it will create more congestion, and when there's more congestion, a lot of people think, oh, we should just build another lane, build another highway, but that creates induced demand. So induced demand is a paradox where the more efficient or the more you make it, the more people will use it, and then it's a cycle, you see.
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle, and no government will ever be brave enough, at least I feel like macam in my lifetime, there's no government brave enough to actually challenge the status quo to make very tough and unpopular decisions.
What do you think of Copenhagen? Because I did my research on Copenhagen because I want to go there. Yeah. And one of their main transport is bikes.
Yeah, betul.
Like are they able to do that because of the weather? Sebab sana kan sejuk, so tak ada masalah if they want to do bikes. Macam,
and it's not always like sini kan
panas. So macam it's understandable.
Tapi macam apa ni? In my opinion, we don't need to look far pun to see how a proper city should function. We should look at Singapore. Singapore has the same weather as us, panas, and they have excellent, impeccable cycling infrastructure because they create the urban environment to suit our microclimate. Because our city, when we look outside, it's filled with asphalt, a lot of concrete. We have barely any shade. Tapi infrastructure influences how we move. Infrastructure influences how we meet people. Infrastructure influences how we get from point A to point B.
Yeah, true.
So macam it shapes our culture. But if we can sort of curate our urban environment to macam facilitate micro mobility macam cycling, then it's very possible. So I was in Amsterdam for a month. I always like my sister lives in Amsterdam. She's working there, so I always like visit her, and she doesn't even have a car. And a lot of people there, young adults, old adults, most of the population doesn't have cars. But a car is a luxury. It is not a necessity. You can walk, you can naik public transportation.
Macam saya pernah kata, have you been to Japan kan? Because we went to Japan December, was it?
Yeah.
December a year ago, and I'm so impressed with dia punya train. It's so efficient. Macam
every 5 minutes ada je yang baru.
Betul.
So macam contohlah kalau the train punya schedule pukul 6, pukul 5.50 dia dah ada already.
Betul.
So I tak tahulah train in Malaysia macam mana.
Diorang ada 10 minutes before, because 5 minutes before they akan close the gate.
Train Malaysia is not as efficient as Japan, right?
It's actually getting there.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's not bad.
Cuma in KL Putrajaya sahaja area. Like if you go to Perlis or like Kedah, dia tak banyak lagi. Like you have to go to a center
to have
access to that, right?
So kalau you go KL, you can go setiap station ada. Tapi in KL macam from Kedah, you cannot go to setiap tempat.
Sebab I always see on social media kalau pagi-pagi macam complain macam too much of people crowded. Macam why this happen?
Sebab macam apa ni, frequency is a major issue. So the way we can overcome this frequency issue and overcrowding kat station, sebab a lot of people say kenapa tak buat train tu lagi panjang so it could fit more people, right? Tapi the way that our stations are built and it cannot accommodate more train sets ataupun more coaches. So the way to overcome this is to buy more trains. It's as simple as that. Tapi we always have like budget constraints. So their hands are bounded lah, sebab macam when the station is overcrowded, it is because when the train dalam 5 minit baru sampai atau 10 minit, then people sempat nak berkumpul ramai-ramai. So bila orang sempat nak berkumpul ramai-ramai, then the train akan jadi packed lah. So if we have more trains, then it can be more frequent.
So the solution is more trains.
Yeah, more trains.
And
more
also
trains.
More budget, so people need to use more trains.
Betul.
But I feel like the content creator influence are also playing a role, because back then people didn't ride trains as often, but now it's become like
tak cool sangat.
Yeah, but now it's become like a trend.
It's a trend. People pergi pasar seni,
exactly.
LRT dates.
So in a way,
betul,
influencers are playing a role as well.
Good job, content creators.
You're welcome. You're
welcome. I pernah naik sekali train daripada Kajang to TRX, and I'm impressed of how chill I can be. No
Yeah.
stress,
It's really comfy.
no patrols.
And you tak payah fikir apa-apa, you just play on your phone,
sampai.
just be a girly girl and then do your own thing. And then tahu-tahu
And
dah
people
sampai.
are actually really helpful because once you go there, kadang-kadang kita macam nak pergi tunggu dekat gate mana ni. But then ada je orang yang berdiri pegang, pakai
betul.
the sachet and
So
like,
what
Yeah.
would you say to people yang macam I want to ride train tapi I tak pernah, so I tak tahu macam where am I supposed to go, where should like what would you say to them?
Me?
Yeah, because you macam
Oh,
naik
you
train.
kena ada touch and go ataupun isi in your IC money inside your my card so that you can just like tap 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 and just explore. Honestly,
Yeah.
what are the tips for you?
I've basically what you said.
Really?
But
I kena touch and go.
You
Tapi
touch on all
I macam
bases.
I as a people yang tak naik train, I macam I takut nak naik train. Macam manalah I tahu train yang akan sampai kat tempat ni ke tak?
I think because Masnor is from Negeri Sembilan,
Ah.
so there were no trains there.
Yeah.
But I grew up, memang I naik trains pergi
In KL. You grew up in KL, right?
No, in Bangi, in Selangor.
Bangi.
But Bangi kan ada stesen Kajang, stesen Bangi. So I would literally naik. Tapi I naik just for fun with my mom. Saja nak pergi mall. But cannot lah pergi IKEA naik tu sebab kalau pergi IKEA we
Jauh
kan bawa banyak
punya
barang.
chance. Yeah,
Banyak
true,
barang.
true,
That's
true.
another thing. So we literally just ride just for the experience. But now we are macam my dad is in Perak, so kita orang akan from Putrajaya Central to Kelantan or to Perak to Perlis. Kita orang akan naik.
ETS, right?
Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. I'm not really sure what monorail
What-
ETS.
okay.
I'm sorry.
But all the trains dekat atas Macam because Japan kan dia underground.
Ada yang bawah, ada yang
Ada.
atas.
It depends on sebab to create underground station that it will like cost
A
like
lot.
10 times more than what would cost an elevated station.
Kenapa ada yang underground? I don't think we need underground.
We
Kita tak ada
sometimes we
snow.
do macam if we want to avoid certain structures ataupun macam contohnya if we do one dekat tengah-tengah KL, then firstly it would be very disruptive to the people on the ground, and secondly it's an eyesore. I hate elevated structures. If possible we would want everything to be underground kan.
You tak suka elevated atau generally it's not very good for the
I think it's an eyesore sebab macam even like elevated highways macam I feel like
Sakit mata lah
sakit
tengok.
mata lah dah. Yeah.
Wow, you are so
you know what you're doing. Do you know what you're doing? Because I feel like what you study and what you've worked with the ministry and then now you're with
Family
your family
business.
business. They're all like somehow in the same property urban
Yeah, more or
planning
less
punya
lah.
scene. But benda tu macam very vague. So right now, are you exploring yourself and do you actually know exactly what you want to do and what you're doing?
Honestly, as a kid, right, I felt like macam, I have everything planned out. After grad, I nak kerja for the family company. And this was like me back in school lah.
Okay.
And macam, actually back in school, I had this ambition of being the prime minister. And that was something that
I see the future.
What's stopping you?
No, I mean like macam, I just get, I think like that's not my interest anymore because when I took a deep dive into what I want out of life, I think it's just to help people. So macam dulu
You
as a
don't need to
kid,
be a prime minister to help
exactly.
people.
So macam as a kid, I was like, what's the best way to help people? To be a prime minister and be involved in
Ya Allah,
politics.
bagus ni kecil-kecil dah fikir macam mana nak membantu orang.
Okay, what about like
so macam apa ni? As I grew older and I was more involved in uni because I was extremely active in university. So macam I soon realized that I don't really need to be in politics to actually help people and create change because I believe that no matter who you are, you don't need to be like an influencer or in a position of power. You don't need to be like a CEO or a politician ke apa untuk create change and help people. All you need to do is have like a little faith in yourself and just do good things every day that macam actually matters. Small acts every day can accumulate to be quite impactful. Yeah.
you doing the small things does help, but when you have power, you have the
Macam you get
power.
amplify
Higher.
lagi even
You
more.
can ajak other people
Yeah, that's
to do
true.
good. Because
Yeah.
if you're just an individual, you can macam tak apa, you
Yeah,
yourself
you're quite
have to do.
limited, right? Yeah. Sebab tu lah, I feel like macam that's why I started creating a new series of content. Just started a few months ago, where I'm trying to like either
Welcome to the
educate
content
people.
world.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So much. I'm just trying to like educate people ataupun let them know what they can actually do with their life. in order to like not just help people but also to like help themselves, right?
Macam based on what our conversation so far, I can see that you are, I can say, inspiring because daripada kecil dah fikir macam nak tolong orang. Daripada kecil dah fikir all these serious things for me lah, because growing up I tengok ibu peri, dunia khayalan semua tu lah kan. So macam I wonder macam mana parents you membesarkan you? How was your childhood?
Same question.
So my parents, can I like tell you guys more about them, like where they come from?
Sure.
If you're
so they
comfortable.
are, of course. They are my biggest source of inspiration. So both of them grew up in extreme poverty. Macam my dad, first time dia rasa elektrik was probably when he went to uni. Sebab dia dulu cerita like macam kalau dia nak macam rasa elektrik ke apa, dia akan cycle to the city untuk rasa macam tengok TV ke apa. Like things were really hard back then. They're both from Kelantan.
Oh yeah.
So macam electricity, West Coast got electricity much faster than the East Coast. So macam they were really living in poverty lah. Macam my dad is a son of a lorry driver. Lepas tu mak dia pun peniaga kecil. My mom was living dekat Pengkalan Cepa, which is also a very rural area. Tapi macam the good thing about them is that they really focus on education. My dad was the first person in his district untuk pergi ke university. And my mom, she also escaped the cycle of poverty through her studies. So she is one of Malaysia's first renal histopathologists, and she got to study in Oxford. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
who financed her studies?
I think it was the government, because before this, macam there weren't a lot of specialists around, so the government was willing to sponsor. Invest in like young talent, right? Yeah. So macam apa ni? And when my mom was in Oxford, she raised 4 children, including me. Yeah.
While she was studying?
So you were born in Oxford?
No, I was born in Malaysia. She went to UKM first, and then in order to become a specialist, you need to like do it somewhere. So she got the chance to do it in Oxford. So we were in Oxford for a year, and this was like when I was really small, so I can't remember anything. And then my dad was also building his business around the same time. So like for 30 years, right? Dia ulang-alik KL Kelantan for 30 years non-stop to this day. Yeah, and then when we were living in Oxford, dia also ulang-alik from Oxford to Malaysia to Kelantan every single
Traveling.
month. Yeah.
Why? That
But
hardship.
he needs to be there to build his business. Dulu macam tak ada WhatsApp, and it was like really hard. Dulu
But
tak ada
okay,
online.
but why dia balik ke Oxford?
Oh, so to meet his family, to meet me.
Okay, that's the point, because
Yeah.
that's so beautiful, because while building his business, dia tak ignore his family
duties.
responsibilities.
Yeah, betul. Yeah.
Tapi you haven't answered my question. So how was your childhood sampai you jadi macam ni? You mampu jadi macam ni?
I think definitely my parents, their influence on me. Sebab macam as a child, like a lot of people would assume that my family, macam my sisters, they're all very, very high achievers. So people would expect macam, oh, my parents must be very strict about education. So they are actually, they never macam, oh, you must get an A, you have to achieve this. No, they were never like that. Tak pernah sekali pun. I mean, you kena dapat A, kalau tak, you tak boleh dapat ni. No, they were like, they always focus on usaha. The word that they use is always usaha. They don't care about results. They tak pernah care about results. Tapi it's always about effort. It's about keikhlasan. It's about berkat.
Have you ever dapat bad result?
No, as a kid, always. Macam,
So,
this is a stupid story, tapi from primary 1 to primary 6, I didn't care at all about my education. So I always belakang, duduk, main. I was
Tapi you
having a
ponteng
good
sekolah
time.
tak? I mean, were you
No.
jahat? You tak jahat, tak nakal
Dulu
lah.
I
You just
ponteng sekolah
malas.
untuk pergi construction site untuk tengok. Kan I
Ya
cakap
Allah.
yeah, it
Oh
was
my
really
God.
random kan. Yeah.
Faham? I mean, if I was a parent, I tak sure nak marah ke tak nak.
Tak, macam, you macam pandai.
If only you could have studied.
Yeah, if only you could channel this energy to somewhere constructive, right? Yeah. Tapi I started to take my grades seriously and become a better person in Form 1. Sebab I tengok KL Gangster, which is so stupid. So I tengok KL Gangster, and then one of the
shout out to
watak
KL
macam
Gangsters.
apa ni, dia insaf or anything. I was like, oh, I can insaf
Oh,
too.
so that kind of somehow like woke you up.
Yeah, it rewired my brain. So I feel like macam,
alright.
I boleh je if I put in the effort. So let me try for
Oh,
like a
okay,
while.
alright.
Tapi
Sebab-
macam while you were primary school and you were doing considered bright lah kan. So macam memang tak ada parents you macam, adik, Adik, look at you
Dia,
study, Dik.
dia cuba tapi macam they never really got to me. Sebab macam I was just focused on playing sports and semua. I just want to play futsal. I went to school to just meet my friends. Tapi macam I was such a dumb kid dulu. Macam I dulu bully orang ni semua. Yeah, as a kid. Tapi macam ni darjah 3 ke apa.
Nak cakap sorry tak?
I apologize to all of my victims. I was small. I have changed. I promise.
Growing up change.
Tapi like macam apa ni, dulu macam it was a bad kid. And I remember in primary 1 or 2 kan kita orang ada macam tahfiz class and then like macam sambil baca Quran tu kita orang akan pergi kelas lain tau and diorang punya bag tu ada kat tepi. Saya macam masuk seluduk ambil duit sikit lepas tu beli donut, beli brownie.
Astaghfirullahalazim.
Sambil baca Quran
Astagfirullah.
Teruk betul. Tak ada lagu rap. Tapi macam okay, so macam time you balik rumah bawa the bad result, apa parents you cakap kat you?
Honestly dia macam entah dia they sort of just accepted it.
Bad results. I macam tak percaya. What is
bad like macam
Like fail?
No, I never fail lah.
Never fail.
Yeah, cuma
to
macam
him it's bad but it's not actually that bad.
Tahu bad dia B.
in our class macam ada 20 orang, I would get like number 11.
That's
Oh my god.
No, tapi macam as compared to my
Wait, you
sisters,
sekolah
right?
mana?
It's called Etni International Islamic School.
You see
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Sorry, you're not relatable.
No.
Okay, you sama baca dekat mana? UIA.
Yeah.
UIA. And then one of the videos you kata you were a potential dropout.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. Why would you say
Okay,
about
so like I studied in foundation, I studied architecture and environmental design. So macam that was like a prerequisite before I could study urban planning. So in my heart I was set macam I want to study urban planning no matter what the course is. And I didn't even apply to any university. So I felt like macam my path was straight. I know what I want, this is how I'm going to get it. And then boom, first day of architecture school, it hit me like a truck. Sumpah susah gila. Sebab macam I'm not very a creative person. Macam I cannot draw, I cannot like my handwriting is really ugly. I'm a creative mind. I have creativity here, but I don't have it here.
You're not good at channeling it.
Yeah, betul. So macam apa ni, I had a lot of trouble adjusting. And then I was thought macam okay, tak apa, maybe everyone else is like that. And then I see, oh gila, how do you guys do this? Macam that is not normal though. Tapi macam I was like, maybe I'm not meant to be here. So like first week I really suffered and then I cried. I felt like macam I just wanted to like quit and do something else, right? Yeah, tapi macam
that was during
my family,
Sem 1.
That was Sem 1 first few weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was my first time duduk jauh dari rumah. I was in the middle of Gambang, which is like tengah hutan out of nowhere. And then I had trouble like macam I skipped orientation. So by the time I went to my first class, everyone sort of already knew each other. I was like, macam mana nak kenal? That. And then I teringat, I skipped orientation. So yeah. So macam it was like a lot of adjustments for me. Yeah, so macam
Tapi like kan you had trouble and you were kind of sort of questioning your choice. Was it your own choice though?
To study urban planning?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely my own choice.
And then when you questioned it, did you go to your parents for some reference or you macam?
I always called with my family, I called with my sisters, and then macam I asked, am I doing the right thing? Do I really want to be here? Can I just quit and just study something new, macam straight to like property development or something?
What are your sisters doing?
So my eldest sister is an architect in Amsterdam. My second sister studied law and then she was working with the Embassy of United States in KL. And then she was working briefly in Hawaii. But now she's doing an MBA, which is nice. And my third sister is a doctor at HTJ. Yeah.
Cai. Literally.
Serius? Lebih kurang
my first sister is a doctor, specialist now in Penang. My second sister is
nice.
an architect in Sime Darby. And I'm the law.
Lawyer.
Mungkin kalau ada
Oh my god, it's just different turutan.
You susunan je.
Yeah, you are one brother away from becoming part of the
They
Ariffin.
like cukup lah 3 orang. Okay, interesting. Tapi I think because your parents macam they didn't need to tell you what you have to do, they showed you.
Yeah, betul.
And also the pressure from your sisters are damn, kakak aku dah hebat, aku kena.
Yeah, not all my sisters
Have you
dah
ever
hebat.
rasa macam tu?
Macam obviously when you grow up, like we're a very close family. I'm very close to my sister. I'm very close with my parents. We're a very tight knit. We have a very close bond. Tapi macam my sisters has always been my beacon of guidance. So they're never like macam condescending. And my parents, I really respect them because they, despite the fact that diorang semua dah complete, they never compare. Not once in my life diorang compare macam tengok Kak Ya buat macam ni, tengok adik buat macam ni, tengok baby buat macam ni. Tak pernah.
So diorang buat apa?
Diorang they give motivation. Diorang always macam show, they lead by example. They lead by macam, they don't show you, they don't tell me what to do. They show me how to act. Macam mana nak becoming. Contohnya macam when you talk to people, like some parents would cakap, okay jangan ni. Tapi my parents macam, I would see them how they talk with other people, how they project confidence, how they show empathy.
Do they bring you along during their macam consultation meetings or?
I used to follow my dad a lot dulu when I was like a very young boy. So macam he brought me to his construction sites. I dapat naik bulldozer. I was like having a great time. Yeah, dapat naik crane. So macam
happy lah.
happy lah. I was like that was my heaven. Yeah. So macam I saw how my dad engaged with his like contractors and stuff. So I guess I macam along the way I learned how to behave as a man.
But I think that's true because usually kan macam contohlah kalau you rage driver and then you memaki-maki orang and anak you kat belakang, anak you eventually learn.
Betul.
How do you think kids dekat sekolah pandai mencarut? It's probably
from
because
their parents.
learn from home. Dengar mak ayah.
It all stems from home kan.
Definitely.
So it's very important for you to be educated. Not necessarily educated kena pergi sekolah, but it's to be a person.
Betul.
Because anak you akan ikut dengan you.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think right now you're still exploring what type of person you are?
Yeah, I guess so. But I thought that.
Or you already know who you are right now?
No, I don't think so.
You're
so
still...
as a kid, I was so naive. I know everything about myself. I have everything figured out, and this is exactly how my life will pan out. But then my life took so many turns, and then I was like, macam, I have so much to learn. I have so much things to experience in order for me to macam, realize things about myself that I still haven't found out yet. Yeah, so I think it's a process.
Tapi I rasa you quite on the right track. Seems so.
I'm not sure. Sometimes like macam what we see on the outside doesn't really reflect.
Sekarang tu lah. Tapi macam on the outside, you're doing good.
What are you struggling right now?
I think macam it's to figure out what I want actually. Sebab macam
in what? In career or in lifestyle?
Probably in my career, in my life. So I feel like macam I do have a lot of things that I need to work on myself. Contohnya macam like what I want in my career, right? Like a lot of people would say macam, you're doing well for yourself, you're taking over the family business. Tapi in complete honesty, I'm doing it because I feel like it's my obligation as a son. I do eventually want to take over the family business. It has always been a dream of mine. But maybe not at this age. Faham tak? Sebab I feel like macam, I tengok my kawan-kawan, diorang macam, it's very simple thing. Macam they're starting from scratch. And I want to start from scratch. And macam I see diorang macam pergi lunch with their co-workers ni semua, and it's so nice. Diorang all macam pakai lanyard, diorang pergi LRT naik kerja. I want that lifestyle. I want to struggle. Faham tak? I yearn for the struggle. Tapi macam
no, I get it.
Yeah, do you get it?
I get it because when your parents provide and you're financially privileged with family background pun yang bagus juga, you macam you kind of want to know how it feels like.
Yeah, but I think that it's not that I want to know how it feels. I feel like I need to go through it in order for me to become a better person. Faham tak? So that I truly know what's going on on the ground. But macam sometimes it feels like it's going too fast for me.
Have you ever has anybody ever told you or you felt like you were out of touch?
No, not really.
No.
Tapi macam I try to always be humble. I never like really talk down to people. I try to be very understanding.
I rasa what your problem right now is everybody's dream.
Yeah ke?
Yeah, because I always see on TikTok kan, diorang akan macam I want my problem to be like your problem lah, macam making out and I have to everything is there already. I want to struggle.
Everything is not there yet. Faham tak? Sebab the business pun macam I feel like there are a lot of things that I need to fix because the way that the company is run now is like the same way that it was run in the
30
90s.
years ago.
Yeah. So a lot of things need to be fixed and a lot of things need to be optimized.
Betul.
And I'm always searching for like a mentor. And so far my dad is my mentor. Cuma dia dah penat, dia dah tua.
Yeah.
And macam I feel like macam I could gain a lot more if I were to learn from a
Scratch.
third party from scratch. So that was my plan actually, to go to corporate, get years of experience, start from the bottom, and bring something to the company, something new. Yeah, added value, right?
No, tapi I pernah rasa macam tu juga.
Huh? Why do you feel so?
I
What
kan
happened?
partner at the law firm kan. Kau macam
Okay.
tak kerasa macam I should open my own law firm. Tapi I macam why would I start from scratch if I could? And I tak pernah kerja any other
Law
firm or any big law firms. Tapi I rasa macam this is a big opportunity, and I think rezeki tak pernah salah alamat.
Betul.
So if God thinks I'm ready, then I will become the ready person.
Betul, yeah.
But then I also collaborate with other lawyers as well to help me build the brand, build the firm juga, and build the company.
Tapi entahlah, I rasa I also get you the fact that you nak tahu from scratch because it's easier. Tak tahu macam bila you macam contohlah I lawyer, I buat the registration part je, tapi I don't do the documentation, I don't ni macam I tak tahu.
Oh, betul juga.
Sebab tahu-tahu dah siap. So aku
Macam I buat kerja runner dulu kan.
Ha.
I know how hard it is to become a runner. Sebab nak macam I akan kata kat you, pejabat tanah KL jangan bawa you kena ingat di tepi jalan je tau. You kena get ready.
Yeah, the little details, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
True,
the
true,
way
true.
that you can only learn from experience.
Betul juga. Yeah, that's true.
now I
True.
understand you.
Kan. Tapi it's still my family obligation. It's something that I'm doing for my family.
So there's no way possible ke untuk you experience this little from the scratch and everything?
Boleh. So right now macam I'm my position in the company allows me to be more flexible, so I'm trying to learn everything. So macam my morning routine starts kan the company is based in Kelantan actually. So macam every Monday morning I will wake up at 4, pergi ke KLIA sampai around 6. Lepas tu
That's
my
your
flight
every day?
That's
No,
my every
every
morning.
morning.
Every
Monday.
week.
Oh, okay.
So macam apa ni, I akan sampai ke KB around 8:39, terus masuk office, lepas tu half day of the office, and then I would go to the kilang, I would go to the construction sites. So I'm trying to meet everybody. I'm trying to get in touch with every single person, dari the lorry drivers to the construction workers. So I'm trying to learn all of their names, their family. So macam I'm trying to build a good relationship with them, because I don't see them as workers. I see them as macam sort of family at this point. Yeah.
But how do you balance between being
Professional
and
And having that professional boundary.
yeah, because I feel like a lot of people tend to take kindness as a sign to
Pijak.
yeah.
Yeah, tapi macam there needs to be a balance lah kan.
So how do you do that?
What are the macam non-negotiable things that you
I feel like they still have to be bounded by the core principles of the company, but I will do everything in my power to make their job easier for them, and also macam for me to understand their situation. So contohnya macam every day also I try to allocate 1 hour to do a listening tour. Have you guys heard of that?
A listening what?
A listening tour. So macam apa ni, as a newcomer to the company, I consider myself as a newcomer. So macam I wouldn't want to just masuk and just change everything up without knowing what's going on. So macam there's 80 people working for the company. So I would go to
that's in Kelantan.
Yeah, in Kelantan
both?
and some in KL.
Okay.
So I would do a listening tour where I would schedule a one-on-one meeting with them. And then I would just macam get to know them better on a deeper level. Ask them macam things that they cannot say to their old bosses, like my dad and macam the
So
other
this is
directors.
a practice that you adopted from your previous company, or
No, this is a practice I adopted from when I was the president of societies back in university.
I feel like we somehow in a way do it too in our office, because every time pukul 2 atau pukul 3 we akan macam masuk office. Our boss macam update.
That's it,
And just
one-on-one.
borak je. It doesn't
betul.
have to, mungkin update pasal kerja, but also update about kadang-kadang I borak pasal
Live.
live,
Yeah,
about his
exactly.
life.
Nak cakap.
And I think bosses like it.
They
With
also
staffs.
need the company, right? Yeah.
Yeah, betul. Dia suka.
But do they call you Encik or Tuan?
No.
or-
I asked them to all call me Aiman je. Yeah.
Oh,
I
how's
try
that going
to,
so far? Wait, how long have you been working with the company? With your
Only
dad's company?
very recent, 2 months. So I resigned back in July.
Oh,
And
very
then,
recent.
Yeah, so macam I went on a trip in August. Tapi on that trip I was still working remotely lah. So I was doing I was auditing the company system. I was trying to learn more about the company.
I hate this question, but I'm gonna ask you anyways. Do you feel like are you the youngest person there, and do you feel like it's a limitation or?
I'm one of the
I
youngest
see.
people there, but the average age I would say is around 30 to 40 plus macam tu.
Understandable.
And sometimes I do feel like it's no, I don't feel like it's a limitation. I feel like it's an opportunity.
What about them? What about how they treat you?
No, because they've been treating me really nicely actually.
Okay, that's
Sebab
nice.
macam my dad kan he's getting old, so a lot of people the vision for the company was unclear at that point. But now like macam when I come in, I'm trying to like set a new direction, and people are all everyone is mostly resonating with this new direction. They see the vision, because I'm trying to bring like new energy of suntikan semangat
It's
baru.
different because your dad probably macam his goal is to build, but
Yeah,
yours is
betul.
right now to sustain and to grow,
Expand. Yeah, betul.
Betul.
Yeah. So kan there's this saying like in family businesses, first generation builds, second generation expands, third generation destroys. But let's hope that doesn't
It's
happen.
gonna be your anak-anak.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. Yeah.
What about your siblings? Are they macam do they include themselves in the growing of the company?
So as we grew up, right, we weren't really involved, so we were all doing our own thing. But since I masuk, they've been extremely supportive. So it's like macam, even though they're not there directly, but they're always there indirectly. So they're basically like my advisors. They're always there for me.
They play a role as well.
They do play a very important role. Yeah.
That's nice.
Especially my first sister Atira. She is
Oh my
helping
god,
me. Yeah.
my sister is also Atira.
No
What's your other
way.
sister's name?
Amalina and Alia.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sophia and
Are you part
Sabrina.
of the
Okay.
Ariffin somehow?
No, I'm the Muhammads.
Yeah, but
Okay,
like she has been they have been all really helpful.
Wait, is she 32 or 33?
She's 30 plus. No, she's 91, 34.
My
Your sister berapa?
I'm not really good at math.
Tapi
Beza 8
30s
tahun
lah.
dengan I.
You 26.
No, because at that time, because my
Oh, she's also 34, 8 tahun kan? You're 26?
Oh, 34.
She's 34.
Oh, because at that time, no, because
No
I remember she
way.
told me, are we siblings? No, I'm just
Oh my
kidding.
God.
Because at that time, Atira is such a famous name. I don't know why,
Yeah,
but it is
probably.
a famous name because my fiance's sister,
It's also Atira.
Atira, and also 34,
Oh
33.
my god, what's happening? 34.
So at
I really
that-
want to
Why
know.
does everybody want
So
to be
we want to
Atira?
know whoever has a sister named Atira, could you ask them?
Like,
Yeah,
can
and
you
tag
comment?
them. Tag
Tell them
in
down
the-
below.
Let us know how many Atira that we have pada tahun berapa?
1991.
1991. Like what was going on?
No, even the company is named after her. So the company is called Atira Group.
Oh wow. Okay, tak adalah company. Interesting.
So Atira is the
It's my kakak sulung.
Kakak sulung.
Yeah.
Okay, tu terbalik sikit
I
lah.
second. Okay, tapi if in a scenario, if you become a father, and how
Okay.
would you raise your child? Because him growing up or anak-anak you tak akan tengok you struggle. It's a different experience lah kan. So how would you give that experience or jadi contoh yang baik dekat your
Child.
anak?
Okay, so I feel like macam they do have to understand that not everyone's life is as easy. So it's something that I always think about. Like macam how would I raise my kids? Even though I don't even have a girlfriend. Tapi macam I always think lah macam how would I be as a father, right? Tapi macam I would want them to be compassionate. I would want them to be empathetic. I would want them to be confident with who they are. So macam I feel like macam if I were to project these values of compassion, I feel like they have to understand that we are not living in a bubble. There are people out there who are actually suffering. So macam I like to do charitable work. So
Would
back in
you-
university, I suka buat kerja-kerja volunteering ni semua, kerja amal. It gives me a sense of purpose. So macam I would want them to be involved dari kecil lah with that, so that they know macam our main goal is to help people. And I feel like that's also a driving principle in my life. So I'm not motivated by money. That's why I don't really go for materialistic things. I don't really buy anything.
But what
Yeah.
if somebody says like, oh, you senang lah, you already have money, that's why you can help people. Macam
Which
aku
is
have
true.
to be a little bit selfish
Mhm.
so that so that I need to take care of me first. I have to put me first. Baru I can tolong orang.
Tapi I feel like that's the beauty of privilege. Macam I'm using my privilege to help others.
Betul.
Faham tak?
Yeah.
So macam I feel like that's my gift, and that is a gift that I want to share with the world. Faham tak?
Yeah, and when you raise your child to be a good person, well, you are actually doing charity for everybody. So at least there's one less bully out there.
Yeah, betul. Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't turn out like me back in masa
Saya macam nak
kecil.
sayang bapak dia. Bapak dia bully orang dulu. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I think we can move on to the next session, which gonna ask you some silly questions.
Silly? Reflective questions
In my head, actually
Silly lah. Okay, you
Kalau
go.
you reflective.
I reflective
Okay,
lah.
you ask first.
Tak nak lah, you lah dulu. Tadi ada tanya.
Okay. Tak, sebenarnya I tak ada silly question pun. I have more deep question for you.
Ya,
Tapi
boleh.
macam tak sempat lah.
Oh, dah nak habis.
Dah 15 minit.
Tapi lah I
Okay.
tanya you macam, if you, because based on what I hear from you daripada awal sampai tadi, you macam have a good childhood, macam a perfect childhood. So macam if you could go back in time, what would you say to your younger self?
I would probably say to cherish it more, because I feel like macam as a kid, I think we all said the same thing, macam oh tak sabarnya nak besar, tak sabarnya nak
betul.
besar. But macam I feel like no, I did enjoy my childhood. Cuma I wish that I cherished it more. Like macam I wish I knew those were the good old times before the good old times
Besar.
dah habis.
Walaupun orang dah bagi tahu dah sebenarnya kan. Tapi
Yeah,
kita macam
exactly.
enjoy.
Yelah,
You're gonna
kita
suffer.
Kita just tak dengar
But
sangat.
do you remember every little things in your life when you were a
No,
child?
not
Ke you
really.
macam the
Macam-
core memories dia ingat?
I would remember macam the fun times that I had in school. So I really miss school. Like all the kadang-kadang ponting sekolah. Tapi ponting sekolah pergi construction site, and then I would drag my friends. Diorang ingat nak pergi CC. I told them kita nak
kesiannya
pergi
kau kawan
CC.
dia.
Yeah,
Ingat
I told
kan,
them
kita
kita
nak
nak
pergi
pergi
fun.
kita nak pergi CC kan. So kita nak pergi tengok construction. And
So
then
what do
just
you
pergi
do
lah.
kat kawasan tu? You tengok je lah.
Tengok je lah. And then just duduk tepi minum teh ais.
Kawan you
And then
tak
just-
pisang ke?
Pisang, tapi macam not my problem.
Dah
As long
terikut.
as I get what I want. Okay.
As long as I get what I want. Tapi after that macam okay fine, we go do what you want.
Do CC lah,
Yeah.
pergi CC.
And then dekat CC tu I would watch more documentaries.
Oh my god. Betul lah, kalau jadi mak dia tak tahu nak marah ke tak. So macam you kinda doing something good. Like you know, tengok construction, tengok something yang macam can build your life later.
Yeah, I guess.
And you? Your last question?
I want to ask this question, tapi I rasa tak kena. You rasa kena ke my favourite question tu?
Apa dia?
You rasa saya tanya.
I'm scared.
Okay je.
Okay.
Okay je. Buat dah lama bisik
Eh,
dengan
jap.
kamera.
So ni cut jap pasal dia.
Oh,
Can we like also talk about uni stuff? Selit some uni stuff.
it can.
Yeah. Cause I think macam that's like a big turning point in my life.
It can.
Okay.
Yeah. So nanti you guys just prompt that
Kejap.
somehow.
Karin, Nisha ada contact tak? What time is it? Tak ada. Okay, that's good. Dah, can we proceed? Should I ask?
Okay. You said that during dulu sekolah you were bullied, suka ponteng semua etc. But where was your turning point? Was it during uni?
Nah, I think I had two turning points in my
Okay.
life. After I watched KL Gangster back
Okay.
in primary 6, and
Okay.
then I
Kejap, I still tak faham Cat Gangster tu. Macam, which character yang buatkan
No,
you rasa?
honestly, I don't even remember. But I remember that it was a turning point.
feeling.
Kita orang dari PD, and we had the school trip, and then the bus was playing like random movies, and at one point KL Gangster was playing. Everyone else was asleep, so I just watched. Couldn't even hear anything, so bus tak ada the
betul
audio.
lah tu, kau
But
faham
macam
pun.
somehow dia masuk my heart. It's so random.
Bagusnya.
Thank you
Yeah.
Abang Bas
I
pasal
rasa-
Yeah,
movie
thank
tu.
you.
I rasa
I owe a
orang
lot
tengok
to
Cat
him.
Gangster macam, aku nak jadi gangster. Aku tak nak jadi macam dia orang. Bagusnya.
Yeah, but then my second turning point was in uni. I think uni had the biggest impact on my life. Even though it was 4 years, tapi I think I learned more in 4 years in university than I did like 13 years in school.
Why?
Sebab macam apa ni? In university, right, especially in the early years, I was a KKK student. Bukan Ku Klux Klan
I
like
was
in the
like,
ITM
oh.
Dengkil. But it was apa ni? Kelas, katil and cafe.
What does that mean?
Oh,
Dia
okay,
tak keluar enjoy lah.
Ya, maksudnya
Oh.
like your routine tu sama je lah.
Kelas katil cafe. Okay,
Kelas
first
katil
time
cafe.
I know. Alright.
Lepas you bangun tidur, you pergi kelas,
Okay.
you makan cafe, and then you go back to your room.
Why do you
That's
choose
it.
that life?
Oh my gosh.
I was living that life all up until dari foundations up until my first year of degree. And then first year of degree was like COVID, so macam bosannya. And we were architecture students, we were like urban planning and architecture students, right? So we were the only ones in the university. But so I felt like macam, I've had enough of this life.
Yeah, right. Masa COVID, you guys tak boleh balik kan? Tak
Tak
silap
boleh.
I. Yeah, I remember
so
that.
we were like stuck in the campus.
That, yeah.
Really? Seeing you.
Tapi macam I enjoyed it. I felt like macam I was happier in uni pun. Yeah. Tapi macam after the first year, right, I felt like I'm sure there's much more to life than this. I feel like I'm wasting my potential. So I believe that university is not just somewhere you dapat ilmu, you belajar, you go to class.
True.
But it's also somewhere where you develop yourself into a better person. It's about realizing your potential. So I rasa dari kecil, I've had this overwhelming fear, and this fear lasts until now, that I not realizing my actual potential. I fear I will die without maximizing my potential. Like I could go here, but I'm settling for here, and that's my biggest fear. So macam that's such a waste, right? So macam that thought got into my head in my first year, and I was like, no, I don't want to live like this anymore. So in my second year, first sem, before the sem started, I ran for election. I masuk the department-based society punya presidential seat. I was like, nak bertanding lah kan. So that was an election. Lepas tu I menang. And then when I was in that position of power, that was the first time I felt like, okay, now that I'm here, I can actually do something. So macam we allocated the biggest welfare budget in the history of department-based societies.
Wow.
We even
How?
really
Did you guys,
how?
Yeah, how did you guys
I used my own money. So macam I had savings to that point. Lepas tu I keluarkan 2,000 for the students. Lepas tu we also ran like a lot of welfare campaigns. Our principle was really just help the students. So I did that for 3 months. Sebab the whole apa nama dia? The whole tenure was supposed to last a year, right? But after 3 months, I got a message from like who would eventually be my mentor. His name is Hafiz Zainal. He asked me, macam, you're the president of a department-based society. That's good, but why don't you try a faculty-based society, which is like to oversee the entire faculty? And I was like, no, I'm very comfortable here. And then, macam, I remember like another guiding principle of my life, which is to seek discomfort. So I would always do something where I'm not comfortable in order for me to grow. So I'm macam, okay, you know what, I'm going to take a very big risk. I akan letak jawatan and to bertanding untuk the president of the faculty-based society.
Tapi you kena letak jawatan
I cannot letak jawatan. I cannot hold both positions. So after doing like a lot of things in the department, I felt macam, why don't I amplify this to the entire kuliah? Instead of helping just like around 100 students, I could help 1,000. Kan? So that was like macam what I had in my mind. Bukan macam I gila kuasa ke apa. I genuinely wanted to help.
Kenapa? Ada orang yang misinterpret it ke?
Ada lah juga. Tapi macam was like in the past. Tapi macam after everything settled, then they started to understand. So I masuk bertanding, I menang again the election, I became the president of the faculty. That was when things started to like macam naik. So we also, again, we allocated another biggest budget of welfare in the history of like the faculty. We even launched a period poverty campaign. So we allocated around 2,000 ringgit untuk macam buy thousands of pads every month untuk kita orang restock. So every single woman in that faculty dalam toilet tu, there's like bunch of pads. And we did that.
You're so thoughtful.
I feel like a lot of content creators be like, pads should be free for all women, but they're not
So
actually
what do you
doing
do?
anything. But you're actually doing it.
So we were the
kudos
first
to you.
organization to do that in the university. We also established a food bank. Lepas tu kita orang also renovated the female surau, because before this
was
the
quite
female
small.
surau tu was very bad. It was like
Really?
kepam apa
Dengan
semua.
masyamnya.
Yeah. Lepas
How
tu
do you
macam
know people
teruk.
complain, or you
Yeah,
took the
people would
initiative
always
to?
come to me. Every week I would hold a session with the students to like always let me know what their complaints are, and I would do my best to address
Is
them.
the meeting something that you yang create ataupun
I
it's always
create.
me?
It was
you
not
created it.
something I inherited. Yeah. So macam the
During
way
the whole process, do you have a mentor that like tells you how to become a leader, or do you watch
I feel
leadership
like macam
videos?
it's something that I had to learn along the way. Of course, there were a lot of mistakes, tapi I learned from these mistakes, and I feel like my intentions were pure, so it allowed me to, really strategize my thinking. So
So you learn from who? From yourself?
From myself and other mentors, some seniors that I have, my parents, macam seeing the way that they lead their lives allowed me to be more compassionate in mine, and I try to like macam feel more empathetic towards people. Sebab kadang-kadang bila ada orang struggle, macam I tak boleh tengok orang struggle. It gives me macam,
especially if you
it's not
can't
fair.
help them.
Yeah, especially if we can help, why don't we help? Kan?
Yeah.
Nah, like that person is struggling, I'm not struggling. What can I do untuk tolong dia to not struggle as well?
Has anybody put the burden on you? Macam I really need help, but there's nothing that you could do. Pernah tak jadi any?
Yeah, pernah lah juga. So there are sometimes when they are having like family issues, things that are completely out of our control. Even though kita tak boleh solve the family issues, but well, we don't have the right to pun untuk like intervene kan.
Yeah.
Tapi macam we can help make their life, other aspects of their life better.
But how do you
Other aspects
do
of
you
their life better.
do
No,
you
I'm still stuck with that.
Oh, okay.
Other aspect of their life better. That's beautiful. Yeah. Okay.
do you segregate between macam the help that you give out to other people? Because macam this is my personal experience lah, because I feel like there are people out there yang memang deserve a help, and there are also people out there
for
yang
help.
macam
They don't want.
they are
Not helping
asking
themselves.
for, they're not helping themselves, like they are only macam orang kata nak disuap je, macam
Yeah,
tu.
I get that. Tapi macam I am not in a position to judge macam dia tak boleh. But I don't know the struggles behind their life. So macam I try to help whoever asks for help lah. Yeah. So macam whoever asks for help.
Has it apa pernah tak jadi too much for you?
Oh, definitely. Macam I was an urban planning student, so we have these subjects called studio. Studio is a very heavy subject. Ask any architecture student and they will know ni kena tidur studio semua. And everyone says that the architecture faculty is the hardest, and I genuinely do believe that. Sebab macam the workload is insane. So I have to balance that.
Yeah, that's
and
a
macam
lot.
before.
And become the president of the
Yeah,
faculty
exactly.
lagi.
And also trying to maintain good grades, right? So macam apa ni, I was scared actually. Oh, kalau I macam active in Coco ni semua, would that affect my grades? But actually my grades got better after I joined these things.
Sebab you know that you have limited time, so this is the time
Exactly.
for you to
So
study.
I manage
What
my
is it
time
called?
very
What is it called?
carefully.
What is it called?
I don't know.
Compartmentalization.
Tak. Apa penyakit yang menggigil tu?
Apa dah?
Alzheimer,
Parkinson's?
lupa.
It's called the Parkinson theory.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, Parkinson theory. When you know you have limited time, you become more
Betul.
optimistic. You can maximize your full potential like that.
exactly. Sebab
I
I
had that
believe
problem.
that inactivity breeds inactivity. So kalau I masih tak ada apa-apa pun, then I'll just do nothing. But if I have something that I know, I have to do this, I will find any way to get that done.
Faham?
Yeah.
Actually, we have to do our closing very, very soon. So
Tapi
let's
macam,
summarize.
I love talking to you. I mean,
Yeah, we should continue. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe in the
Wait.
future. How are you feeling now?
Okay, good.
Okay.
Is that ini part of the ni?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you so much.
Do you want to attend more podcasts with us?
Yeah, definitely. This is fun. I love yapping. Yeah.
Ah, suka.
I love yapping with you because we have a value yapping. You know, it's not like
Bukan borak kacip.
bukan
Yeah.
kacip.
Boleh
yapping.
juga sama boleh
Yeah,
bahasa
boleh. We
kan
can mix
boleh
it up.
je.
Yeah.
Tak adalah serius sangat. Tapi
Betul.
macam it's really nice and refreshing, especially meeting people with fresh new ideas and actually have value to bring to the world. Wow, that was such a
So wise, babe.
pageant answer. Okay, but wait, one thing, let's do like a reflective of what we learned today. I think that you don't need a person to tell you what to do, because as long as you surround yourself, but you are able to differentiate between what's good and what's bad. And then kalau value tu you nampak macam it is useful, you will use it the best way possible.
Yeah.
Kalau I rasa macam I'm genuinely amazed with your mindset, your personality, and how you bring yourself today. So macam, and tadi kalau you perasan I duk korek-korek, macam mana parents you membesarkan
yeah,
you?
betul.
Because I always percaya yang macam mana orang dibesarkan is how they turns out to be, unless macam contohlah kalau they are a bad person and then
It's personality plus parenting.
Yeah,
parenting.
definitely.
So yeah. Tapi somehow I believe like parenting is actually 80%. Kalau parents you membesarkan you dengan cara bagus, you akan jadi bagus. So from what I learn adalah, and from what kita punya siapa budak chambering juga kan, and you guys are orang yang sangat berani tau. Macam aren't you think it's crazy the fact that you bangun tidur, apa tadi you punya istilah?
Kelas,
Acronym?
cafe. Apa?
KKK.
KKKK and
Yeah.
tiba-tiba jadi president. Isn't that crazy and a big step actually?
Yeah, it is. Tapi macam I don't want to be in my comfort zone. Because I live
exactly.
by seeking
A
discomfort.
lot of people out there yang macam love being comfortable, tapi you tak suka being comfortable, and that's how you step out bigger.
You are scared when you are too comfortable.
Yeah, betul. Because I think comfort kills. Yeah, sebab to be honest, I'm seeking discomfort right now. So I've never done like an actual podcast, especially with like big influencers like you guys. Yeah, so that this is something that I want to
Learn.
pursue. Yeah, I want to learn, because if I don't learn, if I don't seek discomfort, then I'll never know. I'll never grow. Kan? Yeah.
Yeah, true. So basically my point is, kalau I jadi parents, I want to be a parent yang macam your parents. Yang macam very, instead of macam kau kena buat macam ni, rather they tunjuk based on
betul.
how they menunjukkan kepada you.
Shout out to Cik Ariffin and Nick Hasima.
Shout out to
Shout
auntie
out.
and
I think we should
uncle.
bring auntie here,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
she macam
She
banyak.
macam cool
Yeah,
je.
she's retired now, so dia ada banyak masa.
Oh, boleh lah.
Auntie, you're
Auntie.
next. Okay, and you?
Do you want to
Yeah.
share anything
Like-
reflective of from today?
I
Something you learned about yourself?
It is just a general message to everyone. Tapi I feel like macam we should always never be too comfortable with ourselves. There are glass ceilings that you didn't even know you could break. And it's just as simple as going out of your comfort zone, seeking discomfort. Because okay, you might fail, tapi macam if not, you'll live the rest of your life asking what if. And it's better to regret trying than regret not trying, right?
Betul.
Yeah.
At least you know you've tried.
At least you know you tried, you've done your best and didn't work out. Okay, you can move on. Instead of you're old and then you check out macam, oh, I wish
I should have done this.
I should have done this. So
Yeah,
macam I'm
true.
trying to do everything right now.
You tak nak jadi
Yeah.
PM ke? I think you should try.
Nah, I think that's a dream that I've
Kalau-
let go.
But that's
Yeah.
nice. It was lovely
Maybe I
talking to
should
you.
start pursuing nyanyi.
Nyanyi.
Yeah, you can, you
Yeah.
should.
Masa nak menyanyi, nak jadi pelakon.
Semua nak jadi.
Boleh,
sebenarnya.
you got time.
Yeah, betul.
Sekarang ni model, host,
Podcaster.
A mother je belum.
InsyaAllah wife dah
So-
jadi
Belum
soon.
jadi.
InsyaAllah
Pelakon
ada.
je belum lagi.
Pelakon.
Shout out to directors out there.
Siapa nak hire Mas Nur boleh.
Okay, that's all. Thank you so much, Aiman.
Thank you,
I enjoyed this
guys.
session so much value
so
that I've
insightful,
learned.
betul.
Yeah,
Very
I had a great
refreshing.
time too. Thank you so
Aw,
much.
I'm glad that you guys
Hope to be
did.
back here though.
InsyaAllah,
Of
insyaAllah.
course, we're
InsyaAllah.
gonna have you. I think we should have like reunion.
Oh
Tapi
my god, yeah,
next
with
year,
our
next
guests.
year.
Lepas tu, next year, too soon lah. I rasa nanti bila macam
2027.
5
boleh
years,
lah.
5 years. When
Yeah.
a lot of things dah berubah. And then we'll
Actually
look
next
back
year
at
sempat
this
je.
moment,
Next year
right?
mungkin dah banyak benda you nak tell about your company ke.
Oh,
Maybe.
betul.
Dia dah buka,
Who
dia ada
knows running
NGO
for-
ke. We don't know.
We don't know, yeah.
Dia jadi MP
That's
ke?
definitely a dream untuk buka like a foundation to
Yeah,
help
yeah,
people.
betul.
Yeah,
Okay,
so, insyaAllah.
that's all guys. If you guys enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, like and share. And if you have anything you want to add down below, a victim of Aiman's bullying ke, nak Aiman say sorry ke.
Ada
Please
pun
forgive
bila.
me.
Ataupun any guest that you want us to invite,
Yeah.
feel free to comment it down below.
Oh, and also another important thing is, what is the most important lesson you learned from your parents? Also comment down below. Okay, that's all.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.